from Hooked on Pickin here. I just wanted to let you guys know I am on my way to a local flea market. So I don't think I've ever put any footage of a flea market on this channel, and so I'm going to do my best to give you some footage of what exactly it looks like, what are the things I'm interested in. I'm looking primarily for anything that's new in box. You know me, I like my new stuff, but something you can find at a flea market is new old stock, which is basically old product that's still brand new in its package. So that usually sells really well for me. I know you guys enjoyed the footage I did from the auction. I'll try to give you a lot of details on what I get, and then I'll do a part 2 video where I'll give you a breakdown of everything I did find at the flea market, how much it costs, how much I think I'm gonna make. So stay tuned and watch my flea market picks video, and I hope you learn something from it. So I'm outside of the flea market. The only thing I've had to pay so far is $3 for parking. So I'm not out any money really as of yet. And so we're gonna head on inside and see what we can find. So this is the first table that I've come to. It's right outside the flea market. They have different prices for where people place their items. But as you can see, there's just a little bit of everything. There's a World of Warcraft orc guy, some stuffed animals. We've got some knives and some figurines, some blocks, kids blocks and stamps, some other plush stuffed animals. They do have some things that are new in stock. So those are skewers for cooking. It does have a barcode on it. The timer, I asked the guy about the timer. He wanted to charge me $15 for it, which I know I could buy cheaper at Walmart. So I definitely passed. He had a lot of things there that were definitely of interest to me, but he was way overpriced. And so you've got the gamut when it comes to sellers at a flea market. Some people think their stuff is worth a lot more than it actually is. A lot of Americana there. So that goes great on eBay if you want to sell that kind of stuff. We've got some Militaria stuff. This I looked like it was interesting. Big old K-bar inside of that case. Glass rooster there. Old scales, little shoes, figurines, a lot of glassware. You always find a lot of glassware at flea markets. So if you're a collector, that's a great place. Random pieces of jewelry, some more green glassware. We've got some fabrics, a lot of sewing stuff. Okay, I moved on to a different vendor and a different seller. We're still outside, but it's kind of a lean-to covered area. They've got some jewelry and charms, doorknobs, really pretty ones. So if you ever want knobs for your kitchen cupboards and stuff, a lot of marbles. Those are really fun, and a lot of people collect those things. This is a very eclectic grouping. A bunch of really cool metal crosses. Looks like this person may actually make them. And so sometimes they charge a premium for stuff that they make, but if they find the stuff, sometimes you can get a little cheaper. But I just found it very interesting, very well displayed. We've got some signs and stuff. Some of those cardinal license plate signs I have seen on clearance at Walmart for about $3 a piece, and I've scanned them before and they're not worth anything. A lot of pull handles here for drawers. So this is definitely all the same person. They've got a lot of metal. Beware of the wife. Isn't that an awesome sign? I just thought it was hilarious. $12 is what they're asking for that. So just a little bit of everything. It's fun to kind of hunt and just see what you can find. A lot of signage. A lot of people sell signs on eBay and they go really, really well. I don't know what I'm looking at as far as signs, and so I have not gone there, but I may jump into that eventually. Of course, more glassware. There's always lots of glassware. Here's some old signs. Different fun sayings on some of those signs. Now I'm outside. There's just stuff everywhere. Just look around. And the nice thing about going to a flea market is you can haggle with people. Here's another seller. As you can see, you can find new old stock. So I have a few things that I showed you there that are still brand new. Comic books galore. And I just scan a bunch of them just to see if they're even worth it. A lot of them have high sales ranks. Matchbox cars forever. This was a place I actually shopped really well. I got a lot of Pez dispensers, Thomas the Train Thing, little Cabbage Patch dolls, new in-box games. We've got figurines. A lot of people go and buy specific toys. And so there's some other things that are still in box. And this person was an Amazon seller, but just doesn't do it anymore. And so at least that's what they told me. And so they actually haggled with me, and I was able to get them down a little bit on some of those things. Another seller here, we've got fun signs that they've got. They've got everything just in boxes. As you can see, just stuff everywhere. Lots of people there, but I got there early and I shopped outside a lot because a lot of people like to shop the indoor areas, but I found my best deals outside. And so we've got jewelry. As you can see, they're displayed really nice there. Different types of jewelry. That's a lot of eBay-worthy stuff. Here's a bunch of old food. I mean, tables and tables of food. So if you're hungry while you're there, you can buy some. But when you look at all this food, it's all expired. And so like the chips are just barely past expiration date, but you can get them real dirt cheap. I remember coming with my kids one time and we just bought a couple bags of chips just to not be starving, and it's cheaper than the food that you buy there at the restaurant. So we're still outside here, and they've got various different things. Some dream catchers and some Dora alarm clocks. They've got some spatulas and flashlights. A lot of this stuff I scanned, and there just wasn't any room in it. I mean, it's real cheap. They're selling it for like 50 cents or $1. So die-cast play sets, some hairbrushes, and they're all brand new, lighters. So if you need something for your household, this is a great place to look for sure for this seller, because everything is real dirt cheap. Here's the fun sign of Elf, if you guys remember that TV show. Lots of tools. As you can see, I'm still outside. I haven't even gone inside the building. There's a life vest. I actually did scan that one, didn't find it in the Amazon catalog, so I passed on it, but it was priced really well. Personal scales, dog food. Okay, so we're actually going to head inside. So it's much warmer in here. I was freezing my tail off outside. But as you can see, just this place is enormous. So some of the things that I want to share with you is that they've got places to eat here. They've got, looks like a bar over that way where you can sit and get a drink. And then they have it like a food court type of area. It's gonna be similar prices to like going to a mall food court. And so I'm kind of show you what you can get: bratwurst, cheese sticks, French toasties. So they got breakfast food, soda, chicken strips. I think we paid $11 for some chicken strips and sodas. But just this place is enormous, and there's multiple rooms past the one that I'm actually showing you right now. So this table was really neat. A lot of militaria, fun patches, medals from the military, bullets, different weapons, knives, K-bars, hunting knives. I'm just going to let you look in the cases. You may see something super interesting. Let me know if you see something super interesting. There's a golden eagle with a swastika, machetes, some more World War II Nazi memorabilia, pictures, canteens with the belt, old U.S. Army patches back from World War II. It's just really cool stuff. I mean, I could look through this for days. And then we move on to some other sellers, fabric, and lots of jewelry sellers. And you've got the gamut from, they have antique jewelry to costume jewelry to jewelry that's brand new that they make themselves. So it's really neat. A lot of stuff in bags here, Matchbox cars, just all over the table, and some books. I saw different kinds of books, and you could just scan for days. We ended up spending about 6 to 7 hours at this flea market finding all sorts of stuff. And I think we came away with a good haul. I'm going to give you a results video of the things that I actually did buy. As you can see, we've got some keys and jewelry and knives, a lot of antique statues, doorknobs, tons of Funko Pop figurines. But when I scanned most of them didn't have any room in them. Smurf plushies, they look like the old school Smurfs. So that's something that's really neat. There's Rocky and Bullwinkle there. There's some Funko Pops for $12 a piece, $10 if you buy two. Okay, so here's everything that I bought at the auction. I wanted to share with you how much I spent on everything and how much I haggled the price down, because that's the fun part. All right, so I spent a total of $213.25, but it would have cost me more. So let me give you the details. I found this wacky bobblehead. It's Wilma from the Flintstones, and the guy asked 20. I said 15. He said, oh, let's go up a buck, and he sold it to me for 16. So I saved $4 on that one. This one I think I'm going to be able to sell really well. I'll do a second video on all my retail, or on all my posted numbers. And then, so this one is $5, and I actually did pay actual $5 for it because I thought that that was reasonably priced. There are some people that price really high, and then some people that you have to haggle with to get a good deal. I bought these two items together. This is Star Wars, a TIE Fighter flight display. And then this is the wizard from the original Wizard of Oz. And so they asked 40. I paid 35. For 40 for both of them. 25 and 15 is 40. And then this one was a really good deal. Guy was really, really nice. He asked $55 because this is 23, 23, and 9, $55. And I said, well, I don't want to pay $55. What do you suggest? And he said $45, and I knew I could make a good profit off that. This one, I paid exactly what they said because she only charged me 25 cents a piece for these Harry Potter stamps. Oh, just so I don't cheap you on what I actually got. This is a Battlestar Galactica board game, and then this is a Harley-Davidson Monopoly game. And if you notice, they're still in the packaging, brand new. So that's the biggie. I saw tons of board games, but those were brand new. And then this is just a Star Wars figurine. All right, this was actually my first stop. This pile right here cost me was asking to be paid $51, but I actually got it for $43. I actually said 40, and he said 46, and then I said 40. And then he's like, what about 44? And I was like, and he's like, all right, how about 43? And so we settled there. Just stick to your guns. The biggest thing is it's your money. So don't be ashamed to not spend your money in their booth, okay? You're still giving them money for their product, okay? So it's your money. It belongs to you. You can keep it if you want and set that item down. And there were multiple times I set the item down, walked away. And 2 times ago when I was at the flea market, I actually had a lady chase me down. She wanted me to pay $7 for an item I was only willing to pay $5 for. And I know my limit. I set it in my head before I even approach the person. That way I'm not pressured into anything. And I said, nope, sorry, set it on the table, walked away, and she ran probably 5 tables away to find me to say, okay, $5 will work. So don't be afraid to walk away, okay? It's your money. You spend it how you want. Don't make them pressure you. Okay, so what I got for that $43 was, this is a Masters of the Universe figurine, He-Man. Then I've got an original Iron Man from the original series. A lot of these have higher sales rank, but it's because they're new old stock, which means they're old toys, but they're still in new condition. And then this is Steve Smith, NFL football player figurine. Then I've got this Thomas the Train. It comes with, it includes 6 stories and the train. And then I got this Duo Force Batman and Robin set figurine. This is, I think, Batgirl. So there's that one. If I move over here, this is a car model. There were tons of them there. I could have scanned them for days. But they were asking 12. I said, would you take 10? She said, no, I really want 12. And I said, okay. And I went to hand her the 12. And she goes, I tell you what, why don't you take 11? So even though the thing about this lady was really, really neat, I really wanted to get it for 10, but I was still willing to pay the 12 simply because I knew even at 12 I can make money. But she was really nice and recognized that I was kind to her, and she was nice back. And she was like, oh, here, why don't you have $1 back? Go buy yourself a coffee. So I ended up getting it for 11 instead of 12. So every small little bit helps. Here are Lampoon's vacation cars. They were selling them for $6 a piece, which for all 4 of these would have been $24. And I walked up to the guy and said, hey, will you take 20 bucks for all 4 of them? And so I ended up getting $4 off on that. And then I've got a couple of eBay items. This is a Iowa-shaped pendant. And I don't know if you can see, I'm going to flip it over. I paid $1 for it. It says sterling on the back. I don't know if you can see that real well, but it's a sterling silver, so I know for sure I'll be able to get that. A lot of times I'll sell sterling if the pendant isn't worth it. I'll sell sterling in a lot and put it on a scale and sell it. This one is really, really cool. I don't know if you can read exactly what it says on it, but basically it says, in case of emergency, send a telegraph to a specific number. This number here, basically like a phone number for the day, but it was for telegraph. So I just found it very unique. It's basically like a life call button for back when they only had telegraphs. So way back in the day. It was really, really awesome. So that was also $1. So I paid $1 a piece for those. This one is an Eastern Star sterling ring. I looked on eBay, and the sterling rings are all over the map for the Eastern Star style. Mine is more intricate than a lot of them, but they range anywhere from $25 to over $100, depending on the how intricate they are. Can't speak today. And also, you know, the style. So the lady had it marked 35, but she just immediately said, I'll give it to you for 25. So we knew we could make money on that. It's going to be a little bit of a gamble, but I'm pretty sure I can get some money out of this. This knife cost me $2. These 3 items cost me $8.50 total. This knife cost me $2. It's a camp knife and very detailed, looks like bark. And so that's real fancy. This coin is I don't know if you can see real well, a 7th. It's actually a pendant. It's a 1906, cost me $2.50, and it is a 7th interscholastic 1906 pendant coin type of thing. And then this just struck my eye. It was really neat. Costs $4, and it's basically made out of pennies or coins. So it's an ashtray. It's got coins for the bottom, and then it's got the bowl is made out of coins, and then the little cigarette holders are coins. So anything collectible like that usually goes really, really well on eBay, and so I'm excited. So let me give you the breakdown of numbers. So, did I miss something? Oh, this right here. Yes, it was hiding. I put something on top of it. Yes. So this is actually what a priest would use or a minister, My Military Missal. And it's got a devotional book and this little book underneath. So
it's World War II.
Yes, from World War II. Thank you. I paid $2 for it. And so that we've looked up something similar. We couldn't find the exact one, but something similar, and they're going for really well on eBay. So that's another really clever thing. I think I got everything this time, right? Okay, so total money that I should have spent, if I didn't haggle, I should have spent $245.25. But because I haggled, I only spent $213.25, which saved me $32 just by simply asking, would you take less for this? Or how about if I give you $10 instead of $12? When you're buying multiples of items, it works really well. So $32 I saved, which is actually 13% of the original price. And anybody who resells knows every little bit counts. So this is my haul from the flea market. Flea markets can be really great places to get stuff from, as well as auctions and garage sales and retail stores and liquidation places. But this is another one. I hope you've learned a lot. I hope you learned something from the video that I have put out about how to hunt for things. And they sell a little bit of everything, but this is all stuff that I think I can flip easily on Amazon and eBay. Thanks for watching. Hey, I hope you found some really great stuff when you go out picking. I hope this has been interesting and fun. And remember, in the end, Jesus wins. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. If you'd like to watch more of my videos, just click on them here. And if you'd like to learn more about the reseller world, subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Thanks.